What's for dinner? Vegetarian goulash. Hi, I'm Renee with Modern Homemakers, and today I'm going to show you how to make vegetarian goulash. If you want to do a quick meal, we can do this in 30 minutes or less. So if instead of going through the drive-thru tonight, why don't you stay at home and do something healthy? You might have all of these ingredients. These are very common ingredients. You might just have them right on hand. We need some olive oil, some spices, some garlic, basil, Italian seasoning, oregano, maybe a little bit of salt, a jar of spaghetti sauce, a can of tomato paste, some veggie crumbles, and some noodles. So I'm going to show you how to whip this together, and you're going to have, the most work you're going to have to do is chop up half of an onion and half of a bell pepper. But you might even already have this in your freezer. You might not even have to chop that up. And we're going to have a nice homemade healthy meal in less than 30 minutes. We're going to start out with a 1/4 cup of olive oil. We're going to put that in a pan to saute. If you want to, you could do this whole thing in one pan. But I'm going to cook the noodles in a separate pan just to make this a little faster. This is a great meal for whenever you just don't have much time and kids love it. So just like a 1/4 cup of olive oil. Then we're going to saute, after that gets warm, half of a bell pepper. Here's my fantastic way to do a bell pepper fast. Cut it in half, and then you just peel out the seed part. Is it? Rinse that off. So we have this cut in strips, and then it's really cool if you just go on the other end. It makes nice even chunks fast. So if you're just kind of sick of going out to eat, you know, don't have much time, but still want to have a home cooked meal. All right, so we're going to put these peppers in that olive oil. I'm going to put, this is going to be a vegetarian recipe. Actually, it's vegan. We're going to take a package of vegan soy crumbles. If you don't want it vegetarian, you could use ground beef. And then half of an onion. Same thing, I cut it lengthwise and then down the other way. It makes it just nice small pieces. If you like to have your kids eat the colors of the rainbow, which is something that I'm always talking about, like to my grandchildren, we're going to have red and green in our meal. So we'll just let that saute. We're going to add some spices to it. So for our spices, we're going to use about a teaspoon each. It just depends on how spicy you like your Italian seasonings. But we'll put in some basil, oregano, about a teaspoon of oregano. And I like to do this in the veggie crumbles. Gives them a real good taste because soy products don't really have a lot of taste, so it's what you add to them that gives them the taste. This is just Italian seasoning. And then some garlic. Just powdered garlic, okay? And then we'll just saute that. So we'll get this water boiling, and then we're just going to do a package of noodles. It could be, usually I would traditionally use elbow macaroni, but today I'm using a gluten-free noodle, and so it's not an elbow shape. So this package is 16 ounce or 1 pound of the whatever noodles you're going to use. And you're just going to use the directions after you get your water boiling, the length of time, the shortest length of time. So if it has like 8 to 12 minutes, you know, then do the 8 minutes, because we want it to be al dente, a little bit firm, because then it'll cook again when we add it to the other things. Okay, this is sauteed pretty well. I'm going to add a can of tomato paste. And then just enough water to fill that can. For the tomato paste, we're just going to get that mixed up. So my noodles are boiling. Take that off so they don't boil over. The noodles don't stick together. These are a fun shape. Kids will like that. Then we're going to add a jar of just store-bought tomato sauce. And then, since I buy the organic ones, I don't like to waste, so I'm going to put a little water in there to get the rest of that out of there. Okay, then we'll just let this simmer as the noodles are cooking. Starting to smell yummy. So with this meal, we could just serve a salad, or maybe, you know, so you have, you know, something to go with it. Just a salad with this would be plenty. Or if you want to do some canned vegetables, you know, some green beans or corn, something like that. So I'm going to taste this just to see if I like how my spices are. I'm going to turn that down so it'll simmer. I think it needs some salt. I didn't add it until now, because sometimes there's salt in the tomato sauce, and you might need it, you might not. But I think we need just a little bit of salt, so we'll just go with a 1/4 teaspoon, see if that's enough. And that is just optional. You don't have to add it. I do sea salt, a little bit healthier. All right, so that is basically done. We want to get a close-up of this. It's looking yummy. Okay. We're going to let that simmer until the noodles are done. We've got 1 minute left on our noodles. Then after the noodles are done, we'll drain them and then just put them in this pot. All right, I've got 1 minute while those noodles finish cooking. I'm going to finish chopping up this other half pepper and onion, and I'm going to put them in the freezer. You could even put them in together in a little Ziploc baggie, and then the next time you make goulash, this will already be done, and you won't have to do this. Okay, the noodles are done, sauce is done, and I did another taste test, and I decided I added a little bit more of that garlic powder. Aside from that, it's good. All we got to do is put these noodles in here. Now you could, if you're not going to eat immediately, you know, you could warm this up again on the stove. Since we did everything so fast, this is actually, you can see the steam is rising on it. It's all hot, so I'm going to say that this is good to go. Yum, yum. Okay, turn that over so you can see. Got a little pepper in there. And then I've got to have a little bit, even though, just to make sure that it's good. You know how that is. So next time, whenever you are really pressed for time, instead of going through the drive-through, maybe consider making some goulash at home. Save some money, be healthier for you and your family, and have a nice dinner at home.